Stop for a second. Because what if I told you the person you're meant to marry is already moving toward you? And yes, they are younger than you. Not in a way that feels risky or confusing, but in a way that feels refreshing, exciting, and honestly, healing. This isn't about coincidence. This is about divine timing lining things up quietly while you were focused on surviving, growing, and becoming stronger. And before we go any further, remember this is a timeless reading, and only take what resonates with you. Whatever doesn't, let it go. As I connect with your energy, 3 cards step forward very clearly. The Knight of Cups, the Page of Wands, and the Empress. The moment these cards appear together, the message becomes emotional and undeniable. There is romance here, but it's not heavy or draining. It feels soft, sincere, and real. It feels like someone who approaches you with genuine feelings, not games, not confusion, not fear. There is a strong youthful energy around your future spouse. For many of you, this person is actually younger in age, but more importantly, they carry a young heart. They are curious about you. They admire you. They look at you like you are something rare. You won't feel like you have to chase or explain yourself. Instead, you'll feel chosen, wanted, and deeply appreciated. This connection feels different from your past. It doesn't come with emotional exhaustion. It comes with laughter, excitement, and that spark that makes you feel alive again, almost like love reminding you, yes, this is how it's supposed to feel. There is so much more coming through about how they arrive, what draws them to you, and why this love is protected. So stay with me, because the message unfolds even deeper from here. Stop for a moment and really feel this. The universe is aligning in your favor, and love is moving toward you. This isn't a reading about maybe or someday. This is about someone who is already being drawn to your energy, someone who is stepping closer to you right now. And yes, they are younger, but in the most refreshing, heart-opening way. This is a timeless reading, meaning it doesn't matter what stage of life you are in. These messages hold for you no matter when you listen. Before we continue, remember, only take what resonates with you, and let the rest simply float away, because what's meant for you will always find its way. As we look at your future spouse's energy, 3 cards reveal themselves. The Knight of Cups, the Page of Wands, and the Empress. Each of these cards speaks of a different layer of this connection, and when they come together, the story they tell is profound, emotional, and powerful. Together, they paint a picture of someone arriving in your life with deep sincerity, excitement, and unwavering devotion. The Knight of Cups shows us the emotional depth of this person. This is someone who leads with their heart and who approaches you with romance, respect, and genuine feeling. They are not afraid to love deeply, and when they notice you, it isn't casual or fleeting. They see something extraordinary in you, and they are drawn to you with admiration and care. There is a softness in their approach, a gentle persistence that feels intentional and meaningful. With the Knight of Cups, this person doesn't rush in recklessly. Instead, they approach with thoughtfulness, sincerity, and a desire to show love in the purest form. They want you to feel seen, cherished, and understood, and their presence is a balm for any past heartbreak you may have experienced. Next, the Page of Wands brings the spark, the excitement, and the youthful energy that complements the knight's deep emotions. This card tells us that your future spouse is curious, adventurous, and eager to explore the connection with you. They are younger in energy, maybe in age, but their heart is open, playful, and full of wonder. They are not burdened by the past. They come toward you with courage and honesty, ready to take the first steps toward something beautiful. With the Page of Wands, love feels like an adventure, like meeting this person is opening a door to joy you didn't know was possible. Their messages, gestures, and presence ignite excitement and curiosity in your heart. You feel lighter, happier, and more alive just by being around them. This is the energy that reminds you how thrilling love can feel when it's authentic, passionate, and unguarded. Finally, the Empress brings the deep, enduring, and nurturing energy of this connection. While the Knight of Cups shows their emotional devotion and the Page of Wands reveals their excitement and adventurous spirit, the Empress shows us that this love is built to last. This person is ready to create stability, abundance, and a partnership that feels safe, warm, and deeply satisfying. The Empress reminds us that love is not just about attraction or fleeting passion. It is about care, growth, and emotional fulfillment. This person sees your worth completely. They are generous with their love, patient in their approach, and ready to nurture the connection as it unfolds naturally. There is an abundance here, emotional, spiritual, and even creative, and they are committed to sharing that abundance with you. When we combine the messages of all three cards, the story becomes incredibly beautiful. Your future spouse is arriving with romance, curiosity, and nurturing love all at once. The Knight of Cups gives the emotional depth, showing that they are capable of true intimacy and heart-led love. The Page of Wands brings excitement and youthful curiosity, making every interaction feel alive and invigorating. And the Empress wraps it all together, ensuring this connection is rooted in care, respect, and long-term emotional fulfillment. This combination of cards tells us something very important. Your future spouse is not someone who will bring confusion, chaos, or emotional exhaustion. They are someone who complements your energy. They bring what you've been missing, whether it's sincerity, excitement, or stability. They admire you. They are genuinely interested in you, and they are ready to step into your life at the right time. Their love feels both magical and grounded, playful and deeply serious, exciting and safe. It's rare to see all three energies align in this way, and it points to someone who is uniquely capable of loving you completely and wholly. Emotionally, this connection feels effortless. You won't feel the need to chase them, explain yourself, or hide who you are. With the Knight of Cups, you feel chosen. With the Page of Wands, you feel excited and inspired. And with the Empress, you feel safe, valued, and cherished. It's a love that touches every part of your being, heart, mind, and soul. And the beauty of it is that it arrives naturally, like it was always meant to be. So, when you feel the energy of these three cards together, know this. Your future spouse is coming with a love that is romantic, exciting, and nurturing all at once. They are younger in energy, but emotionally mature, adventurous, and ready to create a bond that feels timeless. They see your worth, they are drawn to your energy, and they are prepared to grow with you. This is not a reading about maybe someday. This is a reading about divine timing, destined connection, and love that feels like it has always belonged to you. Remember, this is a timeless reading. The universe is lining things up for you, and this love will come when the moment is right. All three cards together assure you that what's coming is worth the wait. A future spouse who approaches you with heart, sparks joy, and nurtures your soul in ways you've always deserved. Open your heart, stay patient, and trust the timing, because they are on their way. Now, as we move deeper into this reading, the Empress emerges, and her energy is soft, nurturing, and overflowing with love. This card carries a completely different vibration from the Knight of Cups and the Page of Wands, yet it perfectly completes the picture of your future spouse arriving. Where the previous cards brought romance, excitement, and youthful curiosity, the Empress brings stability, abundance, and a deep sense of emotional fulfillment. She tells you that this connection is not just a fleeting attraction. It is rooted in care, growth, and genuine love that feels natural and abundant. The Empress represents someone who is deeply loving, nurturing, and emotionally available. In the context of your future spouse, she signals a partner who is ready to create a life together, a life filled with warmth, understanding, and mutual respect. This person sees you as someone worthy of protection, admiration, and devotion. They are drawn to your energy in a way that feels timeless, almost destined. There is no rushing here, no chaos, just a natural, flowing energy of love that grows stronger with every moment. With the Empress, the theme of younger energy is balanced by wisdom in the heart. Yes, your future spouse may be younger, but their love is mature and abundant. They have a deep understanding of what it means to care for someone and to cultivate a partnership that thrives. This card shows someone who is emotionally generous, who doesn't hold back affection, and who wants to create security and comfort in the relationship. You are not just loved for your presence, but cherished for who you are at your core. The Empress also carries fertility energy, and that doesn't only refer to children. It speaks of creativity, growth, and a relationship that is alive, vibrant, and ever-expanding. With this person, there is the possibility of building something lasting, beautiful, and abundant. They inspire you to feel safe in your emotions, to express love freely, and to embrace all the joy that comes from being deeply connected. They see potential in you and in the love you share, and they are committed to nurturing it. Emotionally, this card signals a deep sense of fulfillment. Past relationships may have left you feeling drained, undervalued, or unsure, but the Empress shows that this love will feel different. It will feel whole. It will feel like coming home to someone who sees your worth, honors your boundaries, and cherishes the space between you as much as the closeness. There is warmth in their attention, softness in their approach, and consistency in their care. The Empress also reflects abundance in all forms, emotionally, spiritually, and even materially. This future spouse brings a sense of completeness, not by filling voids, but by complementing your life and supporting your dreams. With them, you're encouraged to grow, to feel beautiful, and to thrive in every aspect of life. This card shows a love that is generous, giving, and restorative. In terms of arrival, the Empress suggests that this person's entrance into your life will feel natural and harmonious. It might not be dramatic or sudden like the Page of Wands, but it will be powerful in its consistency and depth. They will show up in ways that matter, in conversations, gestures, support, and emotional presence. You will feel the weight of their sincerity and the truth of their intentions. Overall, the Empress tells you that your future spouse is someone who loves deeply, nurtures fully, and offers a relationship that is abundant in every way. Younger, yes, but emotionally mature, generous, and committed. This is someone who sees the beauty in you, cherishes your growth, and brings a love that feels timeless. This card completes the story. The Knight of Cups brought romance. The Page of Wands brought excitement, and the Empress brings the enduring, nurturing love that allows your connection to flourish fully. With this energy, your future spouse is arriving not just as a partner, but as someone who makes you feel loved, valued, and cherished in every way imaginable. Now, as the energy continues to unfold, the Page of Wands steps forward with a completely different, yet perfectly balanced message for this topic. This card brings excitement, curiosity, and that spark that makes your heart feel awake again. When the Page of Wands appears to describe your future spouse arriving, it speaks of new beginnings, bold attraction, and a connection that starts with pure interest and genuine enthusiasm. The Page of Wands represents someone who is young in spirit, fearless in expression, and unafraid to follow what excites them. This person doesn't overthink their attraction to you. When they feel drawn to you, they act on it. There's confidence here, but it's playful, not arrogant. They come toward you with curiosity, like they truly want to know who you are, what lights you up, and what makes you different from everyone else. This card strongly confirms the younger energy surrounding your future spouse. For many of you, yes, this person is younger in age, but what matters more is their outlook on life. They see love as an adventure, not a burden. They don't carry the heaviness of past disappointments the way you may have. Instead, they approach you with excitement, like meeting you opens a new chapter they can't wait to explore. The Page of Wands also shows how this connection begins unexpectedly. This could start through a message, a sudden conversation, a chance meeting, or even someone reaching out of the blue. There's spontaneity here. You might not see it coming, but once it happens, it feels energizing. You may catch yourself smiling more, feeling curious, or even thinking, why does this feel so easy? Communication plays a big role with this person. They are expressive, direct, and open. They ask questions. They listen. They genuinely want your attention and are not afraid to show interest. You won't be left guessing whether they like you. Their actions make it obvious. This is refreshing energy, especially if your past involved people who were emotionally distant or inconsistent. Emotionally, the Page of Wands brings joy back into love. This person reminds you how fun connection can be. There's laughter here. There's playful flirting. There's that spark that makes time pass quickly when you're talking to them. They may inspire you to try new things, step out of your comfort zone, or look at life from a lighter perspective. This card also speaks about growth. While this person may be younger, they are eager to learn and evolve. They are open-minded and willing to grow with you, not against you. They don't feel threatened by your wisdom or experience. They admire it. In fact, they see you as someone who expands their world rather than limits it. The Page of Wands shows a relationship that begins with excitement but has room to develop into something meaningful. It's not reckless energy, it's inspired energy. This person follows their inner spark, and that spark leads them straight to you. They bring motivation, passion, and a sense of renewal into your life. Overall, the Page of Wands tells you that your future spouse arrives with enthusiasm, curiosity, and bold interest. Younger, adventurous, and full of life, they light a fire within you that reminds you love doesn't have to feel heavy to be real. Sometimes, love begins with excitement and grows into something beautiful. Okay, as we move deeper into this reading, the Knight of Cups steps forward very gently, but with strong emotional presence. This card doesn't rush in loudly. It arrives softly, with intention, feeling, and sincerity. And when it shows up for a topic like your future spouse arriving, it tells a very clear story. This person comes to you from the heart, not from ego, not from fear, and not from desperation. The Knight of Cups represents someone who leads with emotion. Your future spouse is not cold or guarded. This is a person who feels deeply and isn't afraid of that. They may be younger than you, yes, but emotionally, they are far more aware than you might expect. They understand romance in a pure way. They believe in love. They believe in choosing one person and showing up for them fully. This isn't someone who plays with feelings. This is someone who offers their feelings honestly. What's beautiful here is how this person approaches you. The Knight of Cups doesn't chase recklessly. They approach with respect. There's admiration in the way they look at you, almost like they see you as someone they've dreamed about before actually meeting you. You may notice them being shy at first, or careful with their words, but everything they say comes from a genuine place. Their interest in you feels sincere, emotional, and romantic rather than physical or surface level. This card also speaks about how they communicate. Expect sweet messages, thoughtful gestures, and emotional openness. They express love through words, attention, and small acts that show they truly care. You won't feel confused about where you stand with this person. The Knight of Cups is clear when they care, and once they open their heart, they stay consistent. This energy brings reassurance after a past where you may have dealt with mixed signals or emotional uncertainty. There's also a strong sense of idealism here. Your future spouse sees love as something meaningful, sacred, and worth protecting. They may have a creative side, music, art, writing, or simply a poetic way of speaking. Even the way they look at you feels intentional, like they're fully present in the moment with you. This isn't rushed passion. This is emotional depth paired with gentleness. Because this person is younger, the Knight of Cups shows maturity beyond age. They might surprise you with how emotionally available they are. Where others ran away when things got real, this person leans in. They want connection, not confusion. They want to build something real, not temporary. And that's what makes this card so powerful in your reading. The Knight of Cups also shows how this connection begins. It often starts with a conversation that feels easy, flowing, and natural. You may feel comfortable opening up without even realizing it. There's a sense of safety here, like you don't need to guard your heart so tightly anymore. This person doesn't pressure you. They allow the connection to unfold naturally, respecting your pace. Emotionally, this card carries healing energy. If you've experienced disappointment, heartbreak, or feeling unchosen in the past, the Knight of Cups arrives to soften those wounds. This person shows you that love can be gentle again, that being loved doesn't have to feel heavy or painful. They remind you of romance in its purest form: attention, sincerity, and emotional presence. Overall, the Knight of Cups tells you that your future spouse is someone who approaches you with love first. Younger, yes, but deeply romantic, emotionally expressive, and serious about their feelings. This is the kind of love that doesn't overwhelm you. It flows toward you naturally, like it was always meant to find you.